Sanjaya said, having listened to Uluka words, Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, moved his arm, headed by Dhritarashtra and others, and that vast arm, commanded by Dhritarashtra, consisting of 4 kinds of horses, foot soldiers, and elephants, and cars, and cavalry, terribly and immovably like the earth herself, and guarded by mighty warriors, led by Bhimasena, and Arjuna could be compared to the vast ocean lying in stillness. And at the head of that vast force was that mighty bowman, the prince of Panchalas, invisibly impatedly, Dhritarashtra, desirous of obtaining Drona for his antagonist, and Dhritarashtra began to select combatants for pitting them against particular warriors of the hostile force, and he gave orders unto his warriors suited to their strength and courage, and he pitted Arjuna against the Sutason, Bhishma against Duryodhana, Dhritakshita against Saliya, Uttama against Gautama son, Nakula against Kritavarman, Yudhishthira against the ruler of the Sindhus, and he placed Sikhihanding in the van, pitting him against Bhishma, and he urged Sahadeva against Sakuni, and Hekitana against Sala, and the 5 sons of Draupadi against the Trigartas, and he urged Subhadra son against Virishasena, and against all the rest of the kings, for he regarded Abhimanyu as superior to Arjuna, himself impatedly, and distributing his war thus individually and collectively, that mighty bowman of the Hui of blazing fire kept Drona for his own share, and that leader of leaders of troops, the mighty and intelligent bowman Dhritarashtra, having arrayed his troops duly, waited for patiently with a firm heart, and having arrayed the combatants as indicated above of the Pandavas, he waited with collected mind on the field for securing victory to the sons of Pandu. Dhritarashtra said, after Falguni had vowed the slaughter of Bhishma impatiently, what did my wicked sons, headed by Duryodhana, do? I already behold my father, Ganga son, slain impatiently by that bowman of firm grasp, Partha, having Vasudeva for his ally. And what did that mighty bowman, that foremost of his meters, Bhishma, endowed with immeasurable wisdom, say on hearing the words of Partha? Having accepted the command of the Kauravas, what did that foremost of warriors, Ganga son, of exceeding intelligence and prowess, do? Thus questioned, Sanjaya told him everything about what that else on of the Kurus, Bhishma, of immeasurable energy, had said. Sanjaya said, obtaining the command, Bhishma, the son of Santanu, said these words unto Duryodhana, gladdening him greatly, worshipping the leader of celestial force. Kumara, armed with the lance, I shall, without doubt, be the commander of thy arm today. I am well versed in all military affairs, as also in various kinds of array. I know how to make regular soldiers and volunteers act their parts in the matter of marching the troops and arraying them in encounters and withdrawing. I am as well versed as Vrihaspati is. I am acquainted with all the methods of military array prevalent amongst the celestials, Gandharvas, and human beings. With these I will confound the Pandavas. Let thy fever be dispelled. I will fight duly, protecting thy arm, and according to the rules of science. Let thy heart fever be dispelled. Hearing these words, Duryodhana said, Ganga, son of mighty arms, I tell thee truly, I have no fear from even all the gods and asuras united together. how much less, therefore, is my fear when thy invincible self hath become the leader of my forces, and when that tiger among men, Drona, waiteth willingly for battle. When you two foremost of men are addressed for battle on my side, victory nigh, the sovereignty of even the celestial cannot assuredly be unattainable by me. I desire, however, to know who amongst all the warriors of the four and my own are to be counted as Hatihas, and who Atihatihas. Thou art well acquainted with the combatants of the four, also of ourselves. I desire to hear these without these laws of earth. Bihisma said, listen to the tale of Hatihas in thy own arm. Hear as to who are Hatihas and who Atihatihas. They are in thy arm many thousands, many millions, and many hundreds of millions of Hatihas. Listen to me as I name only the principal ones. Firstly, with the country of brothers, including Dusasana and other, thou art of the foremost of Hatihas. All of you are skilled in striking and proficient in cutting chariots and piercing. All of you are accomplished drivers of chariots while seated in the driver box, and accomplished managers of elephants while seated on the necks of those animals. All of you are clever smithers with maces and bearded darts and swords and bucklers. You are accomplished in weapons and competent in bearing burdens of responsibility. Ye are disciples of Drona and of Kripa, the son of Saradivat, in arrows and other arms. Wronged by the sons of Pandu, these the Dhritarashtra's, and with energy, will assuredly slay in the encounter the Panchalas irresistibly in combat. Then come the leader of all thy troops, who will exterminate thy foes, vanquishing the Pandavas. It behoveth me not to speak of my own merits. I am known to thee, the foremost of all yielders of weapons. Behoja, Kritavarman, is Atihatha. Without doubt, he will accomplish thy purposes impatiently, incapable of being humiliated by persons accomplished in arms, shooting or hurling his weapons to a great distance, and as a very smither, he will destroy the ranks of the foe, as the great Indra destroying the Danavas, the ruler of the Madras, the mighty bowman Salia is, as I think, an Atihatha. That warrior boasteth himself as Vasudeva equal in every battle. Having abandoned his own sister's sons, that best of kings, Salia, hath become thine. He will encounter impatiently the Maharatthas of the Pandava part, flooding the enemy with his arrows, assembling the very source of the seer. That might bowman be who his Ravas, the son of Somadatta, who is accomplished in arms, and is one of thy well-meaning friends, is a leader of leaders of car divisions. He will certainly make a great havoc among the combatants of thy enemies. The king of the Sindhus is in my judgment equal to two Hatihas. That best of car warriors will fight impatiently, displaying great prowess, humiliated by the Pandavas on the occasion of his abducting Draupadi, and bearing that humiliation in mind, that slayer of hostile heroes will fight, having practiced after that the severest austerities. He obtained a boon highly difficult of acquisition, for encountering the Pandavas impatiently, that tiger among car warriors, therefore, remembering his old hostility, will fight with the Pandavas impatiently, reckless of his very life, which is so difficult to lay down. Sudhihakishina, the ruler of the Confucius, is, in my judgment, equal to a single Hatha. Desiring the success of thy object, he will certainly fight with the enemy impatiently. The Kauravas will behold the prowess of this lion among cow warriors, exerted for thee, to be equal to that of Indra himself in patry, as regards the car arm of this king. Those smitters of fierce impetus, the Kambodjas, will cover a large area like a flight of locusts, coming from Mahismati. Nila, accoutred in blue mail, is one of thy Hatihas. With his car arm he will cause a great havoc among thy foes. He had hostilities with Sahadeva. He will continually fight for thee. Accomplished in pately and of fierce energy and prowess, Vinda and Anovinda of Avanti are both regarded as excellent Hatihas. These two heroes among men will consume the troops of thy foes with maces and bearded darts, and swords and long shafts, and javelins hurled from their hands, like a couple of leaders sporting in the midst of their heads. These two princes, longing for battle, will range the field, each like Yama himself. The 5 brothers of Trigarta are, in my judgment, are foremost of Hatihas. The sons of Pritha provoked hostilities with them at Virata seat on that occasion, like hug Makaras agitating the stream of the Ganges, crested with high waves. They will agitate the ranks of the Patihas in patry. All the 5 are Hatihas, having Satya Hatiha as their first, remembering the wrongs inflicted on them of old by that son of Pandu, who is Bhishma's younger brother, when the latter, on his car, drawn by white steeds, was engaged in subjugating all the kings of the earth. They will certainly exert themselves bravely in battle, encountering many Maharatthas, chief of bowmen, leaders of Kshatriyas. On the side of the Patihas, they will certainly slay them. Thy son Lakshmana and the son of Dusasana, those tigers among men, are both annihilating in battle, in prime of youth, of delicate limbs, and with great activity. Those 2 princes, well versed with battles and capable of leading all those tigers among Kurus, those car warriors, are, I think, 2 of our best Hatihas, devoted to the duties of the Kshatriya order. Those 2 heroes will achieve great feats. Dandadihara is equal to a single Hatiha, guarded by his own soldiers. He will fight in battle for thee, and with great impetus and prowess. King Vrihadivala, the ruler of the Kosalas, is, in my judgment, equal to one Hatiha. Fierce in arms, this mighty bowman, devoted to the good of the Dhritarashtra's, will exert himself powerfully in battle, gladdening his own friends. Kripa, the son of Saradivat, is a leader of leaders of Karhanks, reckless even of life, which is so dear. He will consume thy foes. Born among a clump of heath, as the son of that great sage, the preceptor Gautama, otherwise called Saradivat, he is invincible, like Kartikeya himself, consuming untold warriors armed with various weapons and bows. He will harm forth on the field of battle like a blazing fire. Bhishma said, "This thy maternal uncle Sakuni is equal to a single Hatiha, having caused the hostilities with the sons of Pandu. He will fight. There is no doubt in this. His troops are irresistible when rushing to battle, armed with various kinds of weapons in abundance. In speed, they are equal to the very wind. The mighty bowman, who is Drona, son, surpasses all bowmen, acquainted with all modes of warfare and of unbaffled weapons. He is a Maharatha, like the elder of Gandiva. The shafts of this warrior, shot from his bow, proceed in a continuous line, touching on another. If he wishes it, this Maharatha is capable of consuming the three worlds. Engaged in austerities in his hermitage, he hath by these increased both his food and energy. Possessed of great intelligence, he hath been favored by Drona with celestial weapons. There is, however, one great defect in him, in consequence of which I do not regard him either as a Ratha or a Maharatha. This regenerate man is exceedingly fond of living, life being very dear to him. Amongst the warriors of both armies, there is no one who can be regarded as his peer. On even a single car, he can annihilate the very arm of the Celestials. Possessed of a strong frame, he can split the very mountains by the flaps of his bowstring, striking against the leathern fence on his left arm, and with innumerable qualities. This is meter of fierce effusions will wander, incapable of being withstood like Yama himself, mace in hand, assembling the fire at the end of the yuga as regards his food, possessed of leonine neck, and ended with great lustre, as Vatihaman will extinguish the embers of this battle between the Maharatha. His father is endowed with great energy, and though aged is still superior to many young men, he will achieve great feats in battle. I have no doubt of this. Staying immovably, he will consume Yudhishthira troops. The Pandava arm will play the part of the dry grass and fuel in which that fire will originate, while the impetus of his own weapons will be the wind for fanning it into a flame. This bull among men is a leader of bands of cow warriors. The son of Biharadivaja will achieve fierce feats for thy good. The preceptor of all Kshatriyas of royal lineage, the venerable preceptor, will exterminate the Srinjayas. The Dhananjaya, however, is dear to him, this mighty bowman. Therefore, remembering his own celebrated and highly meritorious services as preceptor, will never be able to slay Partha, who is capable of achieving great feats without any trouble. Drona always boasteth of the numerous accomplishments of Partha. Biharadivaja looketh on him with greater affection than on his own son, and with great prowess he can, on a single car, beat in battle by means of his celestial weapons all the gods, Gandharvas, and human beings united together. That tiger among kings is one of thy Maharathas, capable of breaking the ranks of hostile heroes. He, in my judgment, is one of thy foremost of car warriors, afflicting the ranks of the enemy at the head of his own large force. He will consume the Panchalas like fire, consuming a heap of dry grass. Possessed of true fame, Prince Vrihadivala is equal to single Hatha. He will roam amid thy enemy troops, like death himself. His troops, accoutred in various kinds of mail, and armed with diverse kinds of weapons, will wander on the field, slaying all the warriors opposed to them. Vrishasena, the son of Karna, is one of thy foremost of car warriors, and is a Maharatha. That foremost of mighty men will consume the troops of thy enemy. And with great energy, Jalasandha is one of thy foremost of Hatihas, born in Madhu race, that is slayer of hostile heroes, is prepared to cast away his very life in battle, skilled in battle, that mighty armed warrior, scattering the enemy ranks before him will fight impatiently, mounted on car or from the elephant back. That the best of kings is in my judgment a Hatiha. He will, in fierce battle, cast away for thy sake his very life with all these troops. Possessed of great prowess and acquainted with all the modes of warfare, he will fight fearlessly with thy foes impatiently, never retreating from battle, brave and resembling Yama himself. Valhika is in my judgment an Atiratha. Rushing to the encounter, he never cometh back. He will slay hostile warriors impatiently, like the winged god himself. That halter of hostile car hanks, that car warrior of wonderful fiats impatiently, commander of thy forces. Satyavan is a Maharatha. He never cherisheth grief at the prospect of battle, confounding those warriors that stand in the way of his car. He falleth upon them, always displaying his prowess against the enemy, that the best of men will, for thy sake, in fierce press of battle, achieve all that a good Kishatria showed, that chief of her Kishasas, Alam Bihuzha, of cruel deeds, is a Maharatha. Remembering his old hostilities, he will commit great execution among the foe. He is the best of Hatihas, amongst all the Hakishasa warriors, possessing powers of illusion and firm in enmity. He will wander fiercely on the field. The ruler of Pragijiotisha, the brave Vihagadatta of exceeding prowess, is the foremost of those holding the elephant hook, and is skilled in fighting from a car. An encounter took place between him and the elder of Gandiva for days together, each desirous of victory over the other. Then Vihagadatta, who regarded Indra as his friend, made friendship with the high-souled Pandava, skilled in fight from the elephant neck. This king will fight impatiently, like Vasava, among the celestials, fighting from his Airavata. Bhishma said, both the brothers Akhala and Vrisha are Hatihas. Invincibly they will slay thy foes, and with great strength those tigers among men, those foremost of Gandhiharvas, are firm in wrath. Young and handsome, they are possessed of great strength. As regards these, the ever dear friend, this one who is always boastful of his skill in battle, this one who always urgeth thee to fight with the Pandavas, this vil braggart, Karna, the son of Surya, this one who is thy counselor, guide, and friend, this vain-wigged, who is destitute of sense, this Karna, is neither a Hatiha nor an Atihatiha. Without sense, this one hath been deprived of his natural coat of mail. Always kind, he hath been deprived of his celestial earrings, in consequence of the curse of Hama, as also of the words of a Brahmana. Owing to his deprivation of the encounterment of battle, he, in my judgment, is on half a Hatiha. Having approached Falguni, he will not certainly escape with life. Hearing this, Drona, that foremost of all elders of weapons, said, It is even so as thou hast said, that is not untrue. He boasteth on the eve of every battle, but yet he seemed to retreat from every engagement. Kind and blundering, it is for this that Karna, in my judgment, is on half a Hatiha. Hearing these words, Hatiha's son, expanding his eyes in haste and afflicting Bhishma with words like sharp hooks, said unto Ganga's son these words, Tog, I am innocent, yet from thy aversion to me, thou manglest me thus, according to thy pleasure, with thy worthy arrows at every step. Tolerate all these for the sake of Duryodhana, indicating me as on half a Hatha. Thou regardest me worthless as if I were a coward. What doubt is there in this? I do not speak an untruth when I say that thou art an enemy of the whole universe, and especially of all the Kurus. The king doth not know this. Who else is there that one does seek to disunite and abate the energy of these kings that are all equal and that are all equally brave, as thou, from thy hatred of merit, seekest to do? Neither years, nor wrinkles, nor wealth, nor possession of friends won't entitle a Kshatriya to be regarded as a Maharatha. It hath been said that a Kshatriya acquireth eminence on through might, as Brahmanas acquire eminence through superiority in mantras, as Vaisyas through wealth and Sudras through age. Influenced by lust and envy and acting from ignorance, thou hast indicated Hatihas and Atihatihas according unto thy own caprice. Blessed be thou, judge properly. Let this wicked Bhisma, who unwrongeth thee, be abandoned by thee. Thy warriors, once disunited, can with difficulty be united again. Thy main arm, under such circumstances, can with difficulty be united. Far greater will the difficulty be in uniting an arm gathered from various provinces. Behold, doubt hath already risen in the hearts of thy warriors. This Bhisma, weakness or energy in our very presence, where is the task of ascertaining the merits of Hatihas, and where is Bhisma of little understanding? I alone will withstand the arm of the Pandavas, coming in contact with me, whose arrows never go for nothing. The Pandavas and the Panchalas will fly away in all directions, like oxen when they come in contact with a tiger. Where are Baitali, the press of armed encounter, good counsels and well-expressed words? And where is Bhisma, who is superannuated and of wicked soul, and who is impelled by the very fates to become their victim? Alone he challengeth the whole universe. Of false vision he regardeth none else as a man. It is true, the scriptures teach that the words of the old should be listened to. That, however, doth not refer to those that are very old, for these, in my judgment, become children again. Alone I will exterminate the arm of the Pandavas. The fame of such a fiat will attach to Bhisma, for this Bhisma hath been made by thee the commander of thy forces, and now always attacheth to the leader, and not to those that fight under him. I will not fight as long as Gangason liveth. After Bhisma hath been laid low, I will fight with all the Maharathas of the enemy united together. Bhisma said, this burden, vast as the ocean in the matter of Duryodhana battle, is about to be taken up by me. I have talked of it for many years. Now that the hour is come for that terrible encounter, dissensions amongst ourselves should not be created by me. It is for this that thou livest, else superannuated dog I am, and young in years thou art. I won't quell thy desire for battle and crush thy hope of life. Rama, the son of Jamadagni, shooting his great weapons, could not cause me the slightest pain. What canst thou do to me? They that are good do not approve self-praise. Infamous wretch, of thy haste. Know that I indulge in little boast because I am in haste, vanquishing on a single car all the assembled kishatriyas of the world at the Sivayamvara of the doctors of the ruler of Kasi. I abducted those maidens. Alone I stopped on the field of battle, the rush of countless kings with their soldiers, obtaining thee as embodiment of strife. A great calamity is ready to overtake the Kurus. Strive, then, for slaying our antagonists. Be a man, fight with that Partiha, whom thou so often challengest. I desire to see thee come out of that encounter with thy life. King Duryodhana then said unto Bhishma of great prowess, Cast thy eyes on me. Great is the business that is at hand. Think earnestly as how I may be most benefited. Both of you will render me great services. I desire now to hear of the best warriors among the enemy, that is, of those that are Atiratha among them, and of those that are leaders of car division. I desire to hear of the strength and weakness of my foes, since when these might will down, or great battle will take place. Bhishma said, I have now indicated who thy Hatihas are, and who thy Atihatihas and half Hatihas. Listen now to the tale of Hatihas and Atihatihas among the Pandavas. If thou feelest any curiosity, listen then with these monarchs to the tale of Hatihas in the arm of the Pandavas. The king himself, son of Pandu and Kunti, is might Hatiha. Without doubt, he will glide along the field of battle like a blazing fire. Bhishmasena is regarded equal to 8 Hatihas. In an encounter with the mace or even with arrows, there is none equal to him, and that with the strength of 10,000 elephants and filled with pride. In energy he is superhuman. Those 2 bulls among men, the sons of Madri, are both Hatihas. In beauty they are equal to the twin wings, and they are endowed with great energy. Stationed at the head of their divisions, are of them, remembering their great sufferings, without doubt, wander along the field like some men Indras. All of them are endowed with high souls, and are tall in stature like the trunks of sala trees. Taller than other men by half a cubit in stature. All the sons of Pandu are brave as lions, and endowed with great strength. All of them have practiced Brahmacharya vows and other ascetic austerities, and with modest. Those tigers among men are possessed of fierce strength, like the veritable tigers. In speed, in smithing, and in crushing, all of them are more than human. All of them, on the occasion of the campaign of universal conquest, vanquished great kings. No other men can yield their weapons, maces, and shafts. There are no men that can even string their bows, or uplifting their maces, or shoot their arrows in battle, in speed, in hitting the aim, in eating, and in sports on the dust. They used to beat all of you even when they were children. Possessed of fierce might, they will, when they encounter these foes, exterminate it in battle. A collision with them is not desirable. Each of them can alone slay all the kings of the earth. That which happened on the occasion of the Rajasuya sacrifice had occurred before thy very eyes. Remembering the sufferings of Draupadi and the harsh speeches uttered after their defeat at Dice, they will wander in battle like so many Hudras. as regards Goda Kesha, of headish eyes, having Narayana for his ally. There is not among both the armies any brave warrior that can be regarded as his equal. Let men alone. It hath not been heard by us that, even among gods, Asuras, Uragas, Hakishasas, and Yakishas, there ever was born before, or there ever will be born hereafter, in warrior like unto him. Intelligent Partha, owneth that car which is punched with the banner bearing the device of the ape. The driver of that car is Vasudeva. The Dhananjaya himself is the warrior who fighteth from it. His, again, is that celestial bow called Gandiva. He owneth, again, those steeds fleet as the wind. His coat of mail is impenetrable and of celestial make. His two large quivers are inexhaustible. His arms have been obtained from the great Indra, Rudra, Kuvera, Yama, and Varuna, and upon his car again are those maces of frightful mien, and the vast other great weapons, having the thunderbolt amongst them. What warrior can be regarded as his equal who, stationed on a single car, slew impately 1,000 Danavas, having their abode in Hiranyapura, inflamed with wrath, possessed of great might and prowess, incapable of being baffled, that might-armed warrior, while protecting his own arm, will certainly exterminate thy troops. Myself and Preceptor, among the two armies, and no third warrior can advance against the Dhananjaya, that scatterer of arrowy showers, pouring his shafts like the very clouds during the rain season, when propelled by might wings, that son of Kunti, when Vasudeva, as his second, steppeth for battle. He is skillful and young, while both of us are old and worn out. Hearing these words of Bhishma, and recollecting with trembling heart the well-known valor of the sons of Pandu, and thinking of it as if it were present before their eyes, the massive arms of kings, decked with bracelets and smeared with sandal past, seemed to hang down the vested of might. Bhishma said, all the 5 sons of Draupadi are Maharatha's. Virata's son, Uttara, is, in my judgment, one of the foremost of Hathas. The might-armed Abhimanyu is a leader of leaders of car divisions. That slayer of foes is equal in piety to Partha himself or Vasudeva, and with great lightness of hands in shooting weapons, and acquainted with all the modes of warfare. He is possessed of great energy, and is stead in the observance of vows. Remembering the sufferings of his own father, he will put forth his prowess. The brave Satyaki of Madhu race is a leader of leaders of car divisions. Foremost among the heroes of the Vrishni race, he is endowed with great wrath, and is perfectly dauntless. Uttama is an excellent car warrior in my judgment, and Yudhihamanu of great prowess is, in my judgment, an excellent car warrior. All those chiefs own many thousands of cars and elephants and horses, and they will fight, reckless of their very lives, from desire of doing what is agreeably to Kunti's sons. Uniting with the Pandavas, they will sweep through thy ranks like fire or the wind, challenging thy warriors. Invincibly impatently, those bulls among men, old Virata and old Drupada, both endowed with great prowess, are, in my judgment, both Maharatha's. Tall, old in years, yet both of them are devoted to the observance of Kshatriya virtues, treading along the path that is trod by heroes. Both of them will exert to the best of their might, in consequence of their relationship and owing to their being endowed with strength and prowess. Those great bowmen devoted to poor vows have both derived additional strength from the strength of their affection. According as the cause is, how strong-armed men become heroes or cowards. Actuated by a singleness of purpose, both these kings, who are powerful bowmen, will lay down their very lives in causing a great massacre of thy troops to the best of their might. Fierce in fatally, these distinguished heroes, these mighty bowmen, regardless of their lives, will, at the head of their respective Akishauhinis, achieve great feats, justifying their relationship and the confidence that is reposed on them. Bihishma said that subjugator of hostile cities, Sihikihanding, the son of the king of the Pankhalas, is, in my judgment, one of the foremost of Yudhishthira Hatihas. Having divested himself on his former sex, he will fight impatiently and earn great fame among thy troops. He hath a large number of troops, Pankhalas and Pravihadrakas, to support him. With those hosts of cars, he will achieve great feats. Dhritarashtra, the leader of our Yudhishthira army, that mighty car warrior, who is a disciple of Drona, is, in my judgment, an Atiratha, afflicting our foes impatiently. He will singly sweep the field, like the Pinaka bearing God himself in haste on the occasion of the universal dissolution. Even great warriors will speak of his car divisions. Multitudinous are they, as assembling the very ocean or that of the gods impatiently. Harman, the son of Dhritarashtra, owing to his immature years, as also in consequence of his want of exercise in arms, is, in my judgment, on half a Hatiha. That relative of the Pandavas, the mighty bowman Dhristaketu, the heroic son of Sisupala, the king of the heads, is a Maharatha. That brave ruler of the heads will, with his son, achieve feats such as are difficult for even a Maharatha. Kshatradeva, that subjugator of hostile cities, who is devoted to Kshatriya virtues, is, in my judgment, one of the best Hatiha among the Pandavas. Those brave warriors among the Pankhalas, Jayanta and Amita Ushas, and the great cow warrior Satyajit are all high-souled Maharatihas. They will all fight impatiently like furious elephants. Aja and Bihosha, both endowed with great prowess, are both Maharatihas. Possessed of great might, those two heroes will fight for the Pandavas. Both of them are endowed with great lightness of hand in the use of weapons. Both of them are conversant with all the modes of warfare. Both are well skilled and possessed of firm prowess. The 5 Kshatriya brothers, who are difficult of being vanquished, and all of whom have blood-red banners, are foremost of the Hatihas, Kasika and Sukumara, and Nila, and that other one, Suryadatta and Sankhana, otherwise called Madhihasva, are all in my judgment the foremost of Hatihas, possessed of every qualification that hinders them fit for battle. They are acquainted with our weapons, and all of them are endowed with high souls. Vardi ha kis hemi is in my judgment a Maharatha. King Hitraiudiha is in my judgment one of the best of Hatihas. He is, besides, an asset impatedly and devotedly attached to the diadem decade. Those might cow warriors, those tigers among men, Hekitana and Satyadihiti, are two of the best Hatihas of the Pandavas in my judgment. Vyagihadatta and Khandarasena are without doubt two of the best Hatihas, as I think of the Pandavas. Senavindu, otherwise called Krodihantri, by name, who is regarded as equal of Vasudeva and of Bhimasena, will contend with great prowess impatedly against your warriors. That best of kings, ever boasting of his feats impatedly, should be regarded by thee, precisely as myself, Drona, and Kripa are regarded by thee. That best of men, worthy of praise, Cassia, is endowed with great lightness of hand in the use of weapons. That subjugator of hostile cities is known to me as equal to Onhatha, Drupada's son, Satyajit, young in years, and displaying great prowess impatedly, should be regarded as equal to 8 Hatihas. Being Dirithariuna equal, he is an Atiratha, desirous of spreading the fame of the Pandavas. He will achieve great feats, devoted to the Pandavas, and endowed with great bravery. There is another great Hatha of the Pandavas, King Pandya, that bowman of might energy. The might bowman Diridali Hanvan is another Maharatha of the Pandavas. That foremost of Kurus, Serenimat and King Vasudeva are both in my judgment Atiratthas. Bhishma said, Hamana is another Maharatha of the Pandavas. He will contend impatedly against hostile warriors like a second god. That subjugator of foes, the might bowman Kuntibihoja of great strength, the maternal uncle of Bhimasena, is in my judgment an Atiratha. This might and heroic bowman is well versed and highly skilled in fight, acquainted with all modes of warfare. This bull among cow warriors is regarded by me as exceedingly competent. Displaying his prowess, he will fight like a second Indra against the Danavas. Those celebrated soldiers that he owns are all accomplished in fight, stationed on the side of the Pandavas, and devoted to what is agreeably and beneficial to them. That hero will, for the sake of his sister sons, achieve extraordinary feats. That prince of Hakishasas, born of Bhishma and Hirinva, and endowed with ample powers of illusion, is in my judgment a leader of the leaders of Kah divisions. Fond of battle and endowed with powers of illusion, he will fight earnestly impatedly. Those heroic Hakishasas who are his counselors or dependents will fight under him. These and many other rulers of provinces, headed by Vasudeva, have assembled for the sake of Pandu's son. These are principal the Hatihas, Atiratthas, and half Hatihas of the high-souled Pandava, and these will lead impatedly the terrible arm of Yudhishthira, which is protected again by that hero, the diadem decade, who is even like the great Indra himself. It is with them endowed with powers of illusion and fired by the desire of success, that I shall contend in battle, expectant of victory or death. I shall advance against these two foremost of cow warriors, Vasudeva and Arjuna, bearing Gandiva and the discus, and assembling the sun and the moon, sing together in the evening. I shall, on the field of battle, encounter those other cow warriors of Yudhishthira, at the head of their respective troops, the Hatihas and Atiratha, according to their precedents, have now been declared by me to thee, and they that are half Hatihas, belonging to thee or them, Arjuna and Vasudeva, and other lords of earth that may be there, are of them upon whom my eyes may fall, I will withstand. Thou of my arms, I will not strike or slay Sihiki, the prince of Pankhalas, even if I behold him rushing against me impatiently with weapons upraised. The world knows how, from a desire of doing what was agreeable to my father, that I gave up the kingdom that had become mine and lived in the observance of the Brahmacharya vow. I then installed Tirangada in the sovereignty of the Kauravas, making at the same time the child Vitraviriya, the Yuvaraja, having notified my godlike vow among all the kings of the earth. I shall never slay a woman or one that was formerly a woman. It may be known to you that Sihiki was formerly a woman. Having been born as a doctor, she afterwards became metamorphosed into the male sex. I shall not fight against him. I shall certainly smite all other kings, whom I may encounter impatiently. I will not, however, be able to slay the sons of Kunti,